Hi listeners, it's Rohan. We've heard from many of you that Meditative Story helps you relax and wind down as you end your day. If you're looking for a podcast to take you all the way to sleep, I want to recommend a show that can help. It's called Sleep Cove, and in their episodes, you'll hear sleep hypnosis, guided meditations, and bedtime stories, all designed to help you have a restful night's sleep. The show is hosted by Christopher Fitton, who is a clinical hypnotherapist. Sleep Cove stories can take you to a tranquil tropical beach or along the serene canals of Venice. They also feature fairy tales and ancient mythological stories. You can find Sleep Cove wherever you get your podcasts. Hi listeners, it's Rohan. A couple of weeks ago, we asked you to send us your thoughts and stories about kindness in honor of World Kindness Day. We received many beautiful messages, and we're so grateful for our thoughtful community of listeners. On today's episode, we've invited the team that makes the podcast to share these listener messages aloud. This is an invitation to reflect on the kindness in all our lives, and we hope inspiration to create even more kind moments in our day-to-day. If you missed the call for kindness the first time around, I encourage you to check out the meditation called Small Acts of Kindness for Ourselves and Others that we released on November the 9th.
This reflection on kindness is from Pamela E. Thank you once again for creating an episode that continues to enrich my soul. I loved how there was a focus on what small things I could do towards someone while reflecting back on me. I am important also. Just today, I felt a nudge to call a friend. I'm so glad I did this simple act of kindness.
This reflection on kindness is from Dan C. I didn't really realize how far from kindness I'd become until recently, when I was given a fresh outlook from a colleague at a new job. I went in with my own preconceived notions and was given a new perspective after a simple conversation. It caused a noticeable change after only a few months. It also caused me to refocus my eating. See, if we are what we eat, we can simply exchange the word eat for consume and examine life differently. I became more intentional in the media I consumed, aiming to become a better version of my flawed self. I've started making a lot of time in the day for affirmations and love songs. This way, I can tell that I'm eating better things and becoming better for it.
This reflection on kindness is from Sharon in New Orleans. Yesterday, I sat with 6 friends at lunch, sharing stories and laughter. We have been friends for over 60 years, most of us in our 80s. In our privileged circle, I am sensitive to conversations of exclusion. My instinct is to turn stories of privilege and exclusion around with a note of kindness. Yesterday, I felt feeble in my attempt to do so. Today, as I listened to Rohan, it occurred to me that my attempts in the future will be more mindful, kind, and focused. Thanks, Rohan, for sharing your thoughts on making our world a kinder place. This is especially important, even in the small circle where I may have some influence bringing peace, mindfulness, and love through simple conversation and example. Much love and gratitude, Granny Lampert in New Orleans.
This reflection on kindness is from Todd M. I carry a pocket-sized pack of 2 Milano cookies wherever I go. Almost. You'll always find the boxes in my car. My goal is to give them away to the people that I meet. When I hand them over, I say something silly like, "Here's my business card. It's edible." P.S. Yes, my last name is Milano. No, I don't own the company that makes the cookies. but they sure are good.
This reflection on kindness is from Rachel in London. I heard your call out for kindness stories and wanted to share with you the small act of kindness I do all the time that has more of an impact than most of us think. For me, I simply love to smile at people when I walk past them, because I see how this small act brightens their day. I live in London, so the busy city makes it impossible to smile at everyone. Plus, I would look like a crazy lady. But whenever I catch someone's eye, I always smile. I can see in people's reactions that they are often shocked or surprised by me smiling at them. Then, I see a wave of happiness that I know makes a small positive impact. I read this beautiful quote in the brilliant book, 12 Birds to Save Your Life, Nature's Lessons on Happiness by Charlie Corbett. A smile costs nothing, but gives much. It takes but a moment, but the memory of it sometimes lasts forever. This quote could not be more true, and just shows that we don't always need extravagant gestures to make a difference to someone's day or even their life.
This reflection on kindness is from Emma in the south of Scotland. Kindness is one of my core values, and I have been trying more recently to keep this in mind. I have been able to make kindness visible in my place of work. I work in a hospital laboratory, so not near patients, but the staff work hard and we are rarely noticed. Recently, I had noticed that the staff were nipping each other more, were grumbling, and the atmosphere felt uneasy. I was able to make kindness space with some small phrases and space to share accomplishments and podcast recommendations. This felt like a small step in the right direction.
This reflection on kindness is from Mike in Huntsville, Alabama. As a veteran high school theater teacher for almost 40 years, I have seen the miraculous effects of simple, everyday kindness on people's lives. When I called roll every day, I'd say something positive about that student, such as, "You have the most amazing smile," or, "With your voice, you should be doing podcasts," etc. I loved the challenge of coming up with something kind for 150 students every day. Not gonna lie, some days were better than others, and to this day, I still have former students remind me how those affirmations made them feel. And that is the biggest paycheck I'll ever receive.
What a fantastic collection of stories, ideas, and musings on cultivating this thing called kindness. Again, thank you to all who wrote in. We read every message and keep them close to our hearts. If you enjoyed this writing prompt, I encourage you to check out our newsletter for more inspiration and connection to the Meditative Story community. Each week, our team sends out a new prompt for reflection and journaling. You can sign up for free at meditativestory.com/newsletter. That's meditativestory.com/newsletter. Thank you for all the kindness you show us and that you show others. Be well. On behalf of the team at Meditative Story, thank you for spending time with us today. We love creating the show for you. And if the show serves you in a meaningful way, we'd love to hear from you. Would you take a minute right now to write us a review in your podcast app? When you leave a review, it really inspires our team, and we're a group who derive so much energy from understanding how Meditative Story impacts you. It's also a way for you to pay it forward by helping others discover the show. So if leaving a review speaks to you today, we'd really appreciate it. Meditative Story is a Wait What original. Our executive producer is Jay Punjabi. The series is produced by Dorothy Abrams. Original music and sound design by Ryan Holiday. Our scriptwriters are Marie Kilaru, Dan Nealon, and Florence Williams. Mixing and mastering by Brian Pugh. Our CEO and chairman of the board is Jeff Berman. Wait What was co-founded by June Cohen and Darren Triff. Special thanks to Sarah Tartar, Katie Blazing, Mariel Carricker, Nikki Williams, Kelsey Capitano, Tim Cronin, Sami Oputa, Luisa Velez, Justin Winslow, Colin Howarth, Brandon Klein, Alfonso Bravo, Brad Whirl, Timothy Luli, and Dave Fisher. And I'm Rohan Gunatilaka, creator of Mindfulness Cards and the all-new Mindfulness Cards for the Family, and your host. Visit meditativestory.com to find the transcript for this episode.